everybody. Welcome back to the channel. What are we getting into today, Dave?
Well, today we're pitting them head to head again. Bulleit, Devil Share. Who's gonna win? Let's find out. Bulleit Bourbon. A name that you go into the bar and you hear somebody across, yeah, I'll take a Bulleit. You know right away what you're talking about. But on the other end, we have Devil Share. It's a small batch from California. It's pretty high proof. And we're gonna put them head to head because this is well known. Some of you may have never heard of this. And we actually got to try this in our local ABC store. So we wanted to bring them home and put them together. All right, so respectively, we have the Bulleit in here, and we have Devil Share here. Let's go ahead and, you want to try and do the smelling first?
Do the smelling?
No tasting, just smelling.
I'm smelling the Bulleit Bourbon.
Just smell it and kind of give your opinion on it. Just smell it.
You know, I like it. I like the smell. It's definitely, I think it's a little less harsh of a smell than what we did last week, which was Maker's Mark, the original one.
More of a pure bourbon.
And the oak one that we smelled. I like it. Not bad. Not bad.
Do you have any clue as to what it might taste like? You think it'll be sweet or harsh or easy to drink? Or?
I think this one, I think it's going to be easier to drink. And that's because I think I may have tried this maybe one time a long time ago. So I don't remember what it tastes like.
One of those she doesn't quite remember. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think it's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna be super harsh like the one we had last week with the Maker's Mark one. But I'm eager to try it.
I've had this before, and I will say it's strong, but it is still one of my favorites. We're starting out with a lot of my favorites on this channel, and we're gonna branch out and kind of put these head to head to some of my favorites, and they may no longer be my favorites anymore. I know I'm saying favorites a lot, but
you got a point.
Now what about this one? Yeah, I'll smell this one first.
Is this gonna be very devilish? It is Devil Share.
This has a unique scent. It's almost like something's been burnt and then put out and just sat there. It's been aged. It has an aged scent, if that makes sense. Like an old shirt. Okay. Not an old smelly shirt, just an old shirt's been sitting around forever. It just smells like age.
That's what you smell?
Yeah.
See, I smell oranges.
Oranges, really?
I smell a little bit of orange, yeah.
What does the label say? You look at the label. I'm gonna smell this again.
The label doesn't say at all. It just says that it's distilled and bottled in San Diego and that it's aged in virgin American oak barrels, but it does not say what it has notes of or anything, so it's up to us to decide.
If you really think about it.
But I smell like an orange pill with that.
Now we've got to pit it up against, we've got the Bulleit, we've got the Devil Share, and we got to try it.
Yep.
I'll try the Bulleit first.
Yep, and I will wait for you.
Go ahead. I'll reserve what I have to say about it. I don't want to influence you in any way. What are your thoughts taste-wise?
I taste more of an oakiness for sure.
Then what else? Compared to like the 1792?
All right, so if I compare it up against the Maker's Mark, the original one, and then the 1792, I'm still on 1792. I still like it the most out of all these so far that we've tasted, including this one, not this one, because I haven't had this one yet.
Yeah. But
it's definitely, it is an easy drink. Maybe I guess I would say that.
It's a very easy to drink, but for me the flavors are a bit sour, so they kind of rest in your mouth, and they're sour. So if you're sipping this, you're not mixing it, you get that. However, I have had this before with like a lime, just something, a little bit of citrus, and it kind of balances out the rest of it.
I see that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It makes a difference.
That would work.
And I believe that this is neat, but if you put it on ice, it really changes it. It makes it a lot easier to drink. And that's another thing. 1792 for me personally is still my favorite, but that's favorite neat. I don't like 1792 on the rocks at all. I think once it gets watered down, it changes completely. My rating on it just plummets. So moving forward, we will have to start testing that neat or on the rocks or
that's a good idea.
Neat. It does make a big difference. So what about this?
All right, this is the Devil Share. I smelt the oranges. Let's see if it tastes like oranges. I still kind of taste them.
Do you taste the oranges?
I taste, yeah, definitely a little bit of citrus in that. Kind of like that.
It really makes a difference.
Yeah. You know, I liked this one better than I liked the Bulleit. You know, I thought that citrusy flavor that I tasted was a little bit better, went down a little bit better than that did.
What would you rate this one out of 10?
Out of 10, I'm going to give this one, let's say a 5.
5.
A 5.
Okay.
I went for, I want to say it was a 7 for the 1792. And then Maker's Mark, I did below that.
You went for a 9 for the 1792.
I did go for a 9. I agree with that still.
It starts to change. I think you're bringing it down to a 7 because as you bring more and more whiskeys into the mix, you're like, well, maybe there's some stuff that's going to start passing it.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
You're right.
What about this one? Is this one worse in your opinion?
Yes, it is.
For just as it is, neat. No ice. I'm not going to assume any flavors there.
I give it a 3. I just didn't like it.
3? Wow.
See, my taste buds are different.
No, it's the honest truth. It's something that we need to know and what we're trying to find out. Because I'm extreme opposite with this. And it might be because I've had more experience drinking this. But I guess I would still go pretty low. I would still go to maybe about a 5. And that's just as it is neat. I have had it other ways that I probably could give it an 8 or a 9, but we're not going there. That's not what this, the point of all this is to try them neat and just pure the way they were meant to be right out of the bottle. So it's a 5 for me on this. And for the Devil Share, straight out of California, it's a small batch, but you know, these small batches, they don't always live up to their name. This one really does, in my opinion. This is really high for me, actually. I would say this is an 8.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's really high. Again, it's a kick in the teeth when you drink it. It just is.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, you just feel it, and you want to kick in the teeth.
If you were a new drinker, which one would you go for?
Oh, a new drinker?
If you were just turning 21 and you were ready to have some whiskey, which one would you choose?
The 1792. And I'd probably put ice in it, though. Even though I say it's not good with ice. And that is just because with 1792, in a new drinker, it would you water that down. You need it cold. And then they start to realize, oh, hey, I wonder what this tastes like neat. They slowly, and they take the ice. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm actually one that usually will put a big old cube of ice in my whiskey or have like an old fashioned or something like that. And I want a giant ice cube. I want it cold. Usually. Yeah. And that is why like this could beat it in many ways. But if I had to throw that thing in the trunk of my car and pull it out, and I needed to take a little shot before I went in and had I don't know, it was something I didn't want to do that day. That
way to
is
think about it.
that is the one to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you were sitting around a campfire with all your friends and family trying to drink a cheap whiskey out of all the ones we've tried so far.
None of these have been particularly cheap.
Yeah, that's true.
But I will say
Fair point.
1792 is reasonable.
Yeah.
And of these, I even think Bulleit is somewhat reasonable. I think it's overpriced for what you're getting. But Devil Share is actually quite a bit more expensive.
It is?
I don't think I would buy it again just because of the price tag on it. But I still hold true. That is an 8. It is worth trying for sure.
There we have it.
Anything else to add? Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's it this week.
Pair well with any type of food other than maybe a
How do you
bar nut.
I'm like, how do you pair whiskey with food? It's not another
Nuts,
video. I don't know.
pretzels.
I think it goes well
Damn
with
it.
cashews. Right here.
Yeah, we have the cashews off to the side because you need, if you're just sitting here drinking whiskey, you need something salty and just cleanse your palate every now and then.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, see you guys later.
All right.
Cue the music.
Bye.